This is what I love. We're going to have a highly aggressive game. It's going to be fast-paced from the North African team. And like you heard LightRTZ say, South African teams, they struggle. They need to slow them down. They don't know how to do that. So this is what we're about to watch. This is the matchup you have been waiting for. The Intel Africa Masters, North Africa versus South Africa. $30,000 on the line.
Let's do this thing, baby.
Yes.
Into game number 2. Inferno is the map we find ourselves on. Seats look like there's a few and far between. Let's get friendly with each other. Make sure everybody has a chance to get their seats, because this is going to be one great game, Tools.
If you're hearing my voice, do approach the stage. It is the Intel African Masters, game number 2 in this round robin. Bravado up against 15AvgGang. Algeria up against South Africa on the battleground of Inferno. Let's kick some tires and burn some wheels, Matt.
I'm so excited. So keen to see 15AvgGang here on the server on South African soil. Pistol round underway. Bravado on that CT side. They're going to have a much tougher time of it here in this matchup than what they had in their previous game, and they'll know that, Tools.
The read is right. The read looks good. It's Viljean. If he was there a couple of seconds earlier, might have found some pop shots, but it's a failed smoke. CT is going to be wide open and exposed, and 2 players sitting backstage. One family, one account dark, and Dara opens up the scoreboard, and the flags go the way of Bravado so far. The side stands strong as they batter the onslaught from Algeria. 4 versus 2, Matt. They have to readjust. They have to recompose and re-rotate.
Oh, perfect timing from Vilj on the peek out towards the top of middle. Spotted one, the bomb carrier though, still been isolated.
Woo!
That's a lot cleaner coming through from Vilj on the jiggle. Buries the bullet and Lambda Core's brain spiking with his great attempt at rescuing the situation, but that's not going to happen. Bravado draw first blood, and that was courtesy of their 6 setup on the B bomb site.
Yeah, didn't help that 15AvgGang just fell that CT smoke. I think they were doing that new one where you jump through on the roof and it bounces, and I've never been a fan of that because it's an early warning signal. You want to loop it over and go in while it's in the air, if that was the play. But 1 round on the board for the Blue Star, for South Africa, as they move into the second. A force buy coming out from Algeria. Let's see what they can do here.
Good damage early on. Skirmishing towards the top of Banana. Molly isolates, spiking from his teammates. Great start to the round here for Bravado. So Tools, obviously we had the qualifiers leading into this. We started in open qualifiers, then into closed qualifiers, then the regional finals, and now finally we're at the finals, the LAN finals, right? This has been a long time coming. 15AvgGang, they only lost 1 map in their entire pursuit of this LAN finals as well.
Razio delivering some nice headshots. Lowy tames him down, but I agree. Bravado had a difficult route to get to this point, to get to LAN. And they're looking to relish that opportunity as they clinch that second round on the board.
Should be a pretty clean conversion of the anti-eco coming through for Bravado. Won't be too much of an investment, just a bit of money management. In fact, Lambda Cores brought down pretty low here, Tools, down to $1,000. Got a couple counts of round loss bonus behind them. $2,900 going into the next round though. He's going to be light on utility if he doesn't get any kills here.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can at least recycle that deagle if it does go down, but you want to be doing a lot of damage in these rounds. Make sure that economy is tamed on the side of Bravado. That AWP comes out and slowly spells big danger. Vilj open up the scoreboard already. It is an eco round, so often you'd favor them. But Spy could find a window of opportunity up. Vilj got framed, and the setup is good from Bravado. Double ducky and one towards Ashes. A Molotov just to slow down any more opponents.
I will say, I know it's super early days, but it looks like Bravado has pretty good positioning so far here on their CT side. Good angles being held, good initiative taken when needed. Good reads on the setups. One kill here so far in the round. Should be all it is, and there we go, clean up in the end. 3-0 as we go into the first full gun round.
All right.
Good to see smiles on their faces, Tools.
This is where the real magic happens. As you can see, communications going back and forth. The blessing thing about LAN is you can look across and see your teammate's screen and readjust quicker than you would online.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel that synergy, right? You feel that connection. As Shox famously said, 5 fingers on the same hand represents 5 players in one team, all working in unison to accomplish the same goal, the same task. What's the task? What's the goal here for 15AvgGang Tools? How are they going about their business?
Just slow it down, find the gaps, find the opportunities, see if they're misplacing utility here and there, but it looks good on Bravado. Banana established halfway towards its goal, completely reclaiming their land. 15AvgGang already moving around the map, and Slowly not quick enough on the trigger there. Spy takes him down, and on the same time, Wipeout gets the trade, he's cleared out brackets, but the rotation needs to be had moving towards Banana. Utility is slim on 15AvgGang, so it'll have to be a quick, intense battle just to reclaim and try to get that bomb down. It started with an MP9, the flashbang is there, blind is there, but taken out, and it's Blaze with the double, with the sewing machine gun, pinning them all up, and it's Stoby. Then AWP to silence them, 2 versus 1.
This is certainly winnable. 1v3 turn 1v2 post-plant situation for Dotty. Able to get back to a decent post-plant position as well. He doesn't have armor tools, means one shot from that M4 will be enough to get the kill. Util raining in here as well. Molly not going to just place him. Could have got the first frag for free. Misses a clean shot there, and Wipeout will punish. Great effort in the clutch, but it's not going to be enough in the end.
Yeah, both AWPers missing their initial shots. Although it is the icebreaker, the first couple of rounds is where you want to get at those nerves, those shakes.
This was actually a really nice execute off the back of a pop flash. Look at how far forward they push into the smoke. The flash is really good. Doru stands no chance, but thankfully for Bravado, Blaze was able to rescue them with a 3-piece.
It's a problem. They didn't buy head armor, so those sewing machine guns, the MP9s, were a bit more impactful than 2 players. And I think Dotty was in a glass cannon there, so they're skimping in the bits and pieces of utility. And that because earlier on, they upgraded. They're buying Deagles, buying utility, but it didn't pay off. They weren't finding frags, they weren't doing damage to the economy, and it's coming back to bite them. But it's the 5th round that really matters. They need to slow down Bravado's reign of terror.
Yeah, right now the defense looking really solid on the CT side. They've been tested a few times. Retaken the previous round as close as it's gotten so far. Does look like the fight in this round will live and die towards Banana.
Live by the banana and die by the banana. Some pot shots to the smoke from Vulge. Good damage. Ooh, Lamb. Delete Slowly. He just spawned to get a chance in this round, and the battle of Banana starts to continue. Dotty finds the first ticket to get the second. That's the B side. Busting wide open. Bomb needs to be collected. Rotations are there. There's even a lurker to slow down any further. Wipeout. Some important decisions to make here. Razio. Aware. He's got that spatial awareness going on strong.
Beautiful bait and switch coming through. Great kill. Even Vulge's reaction says, damn, that was fast.
Look at the health.
Yeah, if all 5 players stay alive for the T side, they get incredibly low on a few of them. Beautiful bait and switch in towards Banana there. The player taking the attention towards Logs, and then Dotty from behind half wall just able to swing out and get both of those kills.
Bit of impatience there from Bravado and Banana, not letting the game come to them.
Yeah.
I guess they wanted information, they lost brackets control.
Exactly.
So it's a bit of a push and pull, but Inferno is a unique map like that where you can sort of forfeit control, forfeit information, and still with those crossfires on the A side and the B side come on top with the trades when they eventually do collapse into a site.
Having a look at the money here for Bravado Tools actually doesn't look fantastic coming into this next round. That's down to the damage that was done in the round before that. Only 2 players stayed alive. So we're starting to see the Algerian team now coming to life. Keep in mind, that's the first round Bravado have lost here at the LAN.
Yeah, tough pill to swallow, but I mean, it's part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there were 36-0 before that in round Tools, so had to come eventually.
Whole new world as they run down Banana. Straight back and forth, but in the favor of Bravado. Base plays with the doubler.
That's a good response, Tools. I mean, they had to take a bit of initiative in the round here, considering that they were lacking in the utility department. So gaining that early Banana control gives them so much information. Look at how they've just been able to post a player by himself there. Rotate across towards the opposite side of the map.
Spike in an important position. This is where information could be gathered and tossed back to the leader to make important decisions. Brilliant flashbang to push Slowly off the angle. Forcing rotation to come in, but beautiful reposition. Dotty Not expecting that angle. Leaving it to Lambdacore and Spiken to try and recover the round. 50 seconds remaining. Plenty to maneuver. Plenty to resolve this round. Slowy. It would have been a nice shot to hit. Lambdacore getting a haircut there.
I think it's better to go for the wall bang in those situations than to try to go for the headshot.
It's a bit of an arrogant shot if you go for there. I'm not even lying. It's a bit arrogant going for the headshot there, but I've seen him hit it before, so why not try it again? But that creates a gap.
Spiken. Oh, he's been spotted.
No, I hate when you get seen.
Spotted out by the Church player. Slowy on the jiggle. Lambdacore tries to bait off the shot. You were talking about his reaction speed.
Slowy fast.
And he's going to finish off the round as well. Bravado Gaming straight back to winning ways. That's a 5th on the board.
That was a fast shot from Slowy. Let's just highlight that for a second. And it was off the cusp of the wall. And
yeah.
He did everything he can, I think, Lambdacore, to hit that U-jump.
Yes.
In a different day, you simulate that round 10 times. Let's say Slowy hits that shot 6 times.
What makes it even more impressive is the player's jumping to try bait that shot out, and if Slowy misses it, he's just going to get peeked immediately afterwards. So it's a must-kill or die situation.
Yeah, in it to win it, do or die.
Another gun round coming through, though. They had 5 players stay alive in the round that they won. Lambdacore tries to take the initiative, though. For us, best CAK. Bravado are still frail economically here, Tools.
So is 15AvgGang, so this is an important round for either team to pick up to at least win some rounds together. Flash isn't good enough. It's an MP9 on Blaze going for those long-range duels. You're never going to favor those weapons in that outcome. It isolates Daru. He has no utility left, so rotations, you can see roping in hot and heavy as they just discuss how they want to be breaching this B site. Plenty of time left, so they're looking to bait out utility. That was the opportunity to do so, but no response from Bravado. And there we go. That's the smoke they were looking for.
Not a great smoke, though. Big gap on the right-hand side here that RiZe could look to exploit. Edging his way forward. I don't think Bravado are completely aware about this either. This is great for RiZe. He could catch them off guard from pure timing alone, but I think Slowy spotted him, looking to try close the gap right now. Doru peeks off the back of a flash. That's Slowy throwing 4 flashes. At least able to get a kill. They will relinquish control of the site, though. Now it's going to have to be a retake for the CT side.
Yeah, Slowy doing as much as he can to disrupt the retake as the post-plants do ensue. It's the AWP on Doddy. He needs to be the playmaker. He needs to find those advantageous duels back, and Raz, both of them, Slowy, go down instantaneously. Seamless, 3 players remaining alive on Bravado. That keeps the economy strong. It keeps their successful streak on the rise.
15AvgGang, this is their map pick, Tools. Slowy said he was feeling a bit ill this morning, but he's just looking sick on the server as far as I can tell.
I like what you did there, bro.
Thank you.
All right, so 15AvgGang, they got all the money, the bells and whistles, the utility. It is a defending-sided map, a CT-sided map, so this is expected. But usually you'd start to see a trend, a swing round here or there as medical troll starts to come out from 15AvgGang. Good utility to dissuade them from taking control of brackets. Banana simultaneously being bombarded. So both fronts of the attack, A side and B side, all on guard. Daru picks up the first.
That's a big second kill coming through as well. Slowy even peeks out of the back of that. And it's a quick flurry of frags. All of a sudden from 5v5 down into the 5v2. Feels like to me 15AvgGang are trying to do too much at the same time here, Tools. Taking banana control, contesting top banana, taking bracket control, feeling out apartments. Oh, wait, what on earth is that shot from Dotty? We need to get that in the highlight reel. Vilge will be feeling that one in the morning, waking up with a bit of a headache. Yeah,
a concussion if anything. Nothing much I think Dotty can do here besides lots of economical control. Bravado been playing some good Counter-Strike lately, so I can't imagine a round where they drop this round.
He is supposed to be their star player though, Tools. Dotty, their AWPer. 19 years old. Youngest player in the team.
Crosshair placements looking good, moving into the site. First pillar has been cleaned. Family anticipates the boost and a really good setup. Daru taking second contact, so the communication is on point from Bravado. 7 rounds to 1.
Oh, do we get to see that one tap? Here we go, baby. Watch this one. Don't miss it. Oh! Dotty certainly didn't. Yeah.
You got to appreciate
While
that.
he was blinded up as well, by the way.
Oh, Just adds more value to that.
Is going to be a eco round here, or an eco round. Of course, they've got that max round loss bonus behind them. Your round loss bonus accrues with each round that you lose consecutively, trying to help the team out that's on that loss streak. And right now, it's going to be a fast-paced play coming in towards Banana. A lot of utility damage done, though. Great util usage from the CT side means they get all the kills, and they keep them at bay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything special. These types of rounds, already a flank coming in from my part.
Oh!
A field day as he picks up a hat-trick. Cementing the 8th round, the half win on the board. The Blue Star shining brighter than ever.
Those were heat-seeking missiles straight through the smoke there from Wipeout. Traces. Look at these kills, such quick succession, all of these frags. Wipeout on a very quick backstab there as well. The second transfer was beautiful, but the third was exquisite.
You take away all the frags and you look at how from beginning to mid-round, 15AvgGang, they're playing a bit too fast in certain zones or slow in some zones, or playing too fast in both. I do like the idea they try to take brackets control and Banana at the same time. The problem is when they're fighting suited middle, there was no one in apps to take advantage of the space. So do your default, go take 2 players towards Banana, be aggressive, towards brackets, be aggressive. But that 5th player needs to be doing an important role. It's finding the gaps, exploiting, putting that knife in the back essentially.
Here's the thing though, as Bravado continue to feel themselves, they're going to look to try and continue to dominate their opponents. That's exactly why Slowy's peeking down middle right now. If you've watched South African CS, you would have seen before how Slowy can dominate the CT side of any map. And when you're playing against him and he's at his best tools, it feels like he's everywhere at the same time. He reads the game so well, knows where to position himself to be in the thick of things. And right now, that's towards middle. Look at this from Bravado, just flexing on their opponents, taking the fight to the T side tools.
Yeah, same question comes into play. If there was a player in apps off those flashbangs, it would have been a one-on-one duel with the player in pit, and Bravado outclassing him. The utility is good, the positioning's there, the double swinging, the way they cleared out middle there, the 2 Ws coming in collectively to destroy the majority of the attack from 15AvgGang. So it comes down to, once again, a 2 versus 4 where they have to recover. And more often than not, these rounds are hard to win. These are hard to come by. Lambda Corp.
He could have a chance here because no one's actually watching towards where he's coming from. Because Bravado are down a man, they've had to make some moves. That's why the aggression's coming through from them to find the information here, tools. Well-timed smoke. That's actually the smoke to win the round.
That's a round when you smoke. After, you'd see the CSI teams that eventually save, give it up. Looking at the round loss bonus, they can't really see it, but you do better off saving an AK armor and utility. Otherwise, you're going to get no scope. That's Wipeout's 2nd kill of the round, and it's too late to save now. That's the 9th round on the board. This is looking like a slaughter.
Well, tools, I mean, they beat Outlaws 16-0, 16-0. That's 32-0. They've won the first 9 rounds here. That puts them at 41 rounds won, 1 round lost since they first competed. 41-1. That's quite. That's like a. I wouldn't say rugby because you can't have 1 point in rugby, but that's a pretty dominant scoreline, tools.
That's an intense scoreline.
And they need to keep riding this momentum. I want to see this big match temperament from Bravado. I want to see them be ruthless.
The problem is, the more Slowy, he's going to go for the no-scope. The more you give Slowy these opportunities, the better he gets at doing them. It's almost like with an incline gets better throughout the matchup, the more opportunities he's given. So you look at that, you need to be shutting them down nice and early. The economy, that gets out of hand, it's going to be GG. You get Viljon picking up that off, double up on the CT side, it's almost impossible to get through certain choke points.
Oh, and look at how now they're just pushing and getting so aggressive. Even in the anti-ecos, Wipeout is not afraid at all. Only Lambda Core left remaining. Nice shot coming through from him. Wants to recover the orb, but that costs him his life. 10-1. Bravado Gaming are speed running this match right now, and this is their opponent's pick, tools.
Yeah, tutorial of Inferno 1-on-1. How to win within 30 minutes. Haven't seen attack pause come up, a 15AvgGang.
That's true.
And the solutions you look at, they're not even giving me time to process how they could go about winning a round versus Bravado. 10-1, daunting scoreline to glare at.
And the thing about 15AvgGang is now there's going to be a lot of fights offered up to them. So they need to be able to punish these fights. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Slowy time and time again, peaking at the starts of these rounds. How many opening kills has he got now, tools? Too many is the answer. At least there's a response. Spike able to punish Blaze. Slowy needs to get back here. The only player on the side of the map. Here's a chance into the round for 15AvgGang.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that the rotation is coming in, and there's a gap for Lambda Core to try exploit, but depends how he does it. The flashbang is great,
no.
but they pass each other. Oh no, the sense is too low. Adviljon! Wipeout coming to the fray, battering the attack coming from 15AvgGang. No hope, no chance, not even a slither to look at.
That is devastating for 15AvgGang. Great flashbang there to blind the player on the angle. All of a sudden, Blink, you would have missed it. It's only Ryzo left remaining, and he's wondering, boys, what happened? Where have you all gone? And he too will go down through the smoke. Bravado. These guys are on another level right now.
Crazy. End of the day, you look at the flashbang, things could have turned out differently. They need to default properly. It's the only way to go about this. Apps control is important to force the defense in a more natural and linear format. We have to take middle. They're not getting shot from boiler. They're not getting shot from brackets. They're not getting killed from these angles they're not aware of because they've done their due diligence. I haven't seen due diligence thus far.
Yeah, that's true, Tools. So far, it's been Bravado Gaming's protocols that have been successful. Again, look at Slowy looking to impose himself here on the round. 15AvgGang looking to slow things down a bit. Try and deprive Bravado of these opening kills, but look at the setup. Lambda Core never expecting Volge towards the stairs, looking in that direction. But there's more where that came from.
Slowy standing his ground, lingering longer than he needs, picking up the second kill there, and there's no gap. Wherever they go, they meet Slowy. He's everywhere at once and nowhere to be seen at the same time. Plays next to destroyed by Spike, and that's the entrance towards that B side. This is the opportunity. Daru, no utility. It's just him and that AK in hand. Picks up the first. Scotty continues that spray down, gets the second too.
Oh, no.
Scotty, once again, 1 versus 2. This could be the second round if he plays it well. No utility. He goes for the fake at that range. He knew how far they were.
I mean, I don't mind the Tools trying to force the fight here. Catch the CT off guard. Wipeout's given him the fight, and the flash comes through from Slowy. That means Dottie has some information. He knows where the last player should be coming through from. 1 versus 1 opportunity to get a second round on the board for his team. Time is limited. And he's locked into the site as well, but he'll be able to get a plant here. Will he? No, he lets go. But that's okay. Won't cost him the plants at the bare minimum. Slowly starts to close the gap. Misses a key shot. Dottie now with a chance to get the frag. Standing out in the open. Will clutch it out and get around for his team.
I was thinking the long game there. I was thinking get the bomb down so your team can buy the next round and take the clutch from there, but he goes for the straight 2 versus 1 win. Daru doing his best, as you can see in the highlights. Finds 2, giving Bravado a further opportunity to get the 12th round on the board, but it's Scotty's brilliance that reigns supreme, putting the second on the board, and perhaps that's something moving into the second half they can work with.
Overplayed by Wipeout there. Tools peeking from CT. He knew the player wasn't sticking the plant, and he still went for the gunfight. That's where the rush of blood to the head comes through. Blaze 2 will go down here at the start of the round. Maybe a bit of a late fight back coming through here from 15AvgGang.
Better late than never, Matt. Better late than never.
I mean, generally speaking, rock bottom, bare minimum rule of Counter-Strike is 3.5, otherwise it's game over. And, well, it's looking like they've got a free path to a third here. Finally, that setup between Doru and Blaze has been bested.
It's been a long time coming. They've tried round after round, but they have enough money in the bank to either contain or go for the retake here backstage, firmly control, but it's Viljon to try fight his way back into control of backstage, slowly getting traded out. He does find one Lambda Core, and it's Wipeout. 1 versus 3. Does he have the metal? That's the start, finds the first, doesn't take too much damage, so it's on the cards. Roadside to an AK.
Oh. I mean, that baited him to his death there. He didn't have a kit, by the way. It's $6,000, so maybe a bit of an oversight there coming through from him. I don't think he had any chance to win that.
So I do that a lot in some of my games. Some of my players, I tell them, max you need is 3 kits because the CT side is expensive. So I get that he didn't have a kit there, but again, stick with the M4. You know where the opposition is.
Yeah.
And you go for a quick switch of a rifle.
About the kit conversation, I think when you've got so much money, you rather want to cover all your bases and not leave anything to chances. Slowy will take the chance, getting aggressive. The double AWP setup coming into effect. That's exactly what I was mentioning, at least in the previous game. To punish aggression, you pick up the AWPs, you hold the angles, and you get the kills.
Works out. Double AWP on the T side. I've seen it before. It pays off. That 4th round is so important, just to have enough opportunities to make mistakes on the defending side. Spike in.
That's
whiffing
poor.
a waff. Leads you to your coffin.
Oh, that was fast.
Playing with his foot. I think he was trying to bait out the shot there. Throwing a bit of caution to the wind is Bravado.
A bit too much caution to the wind there, Tools. They haven't actually been able to adapt yet to these past few rounds being won, which is exactly what you mentioned in the pregame. Bravado have still been playing the same approach every single round. Missed spray there from Wipeout means he'll go down with ease. And it's Doru left in the clutch. Where's this 15 average gang been the whole half, Tools?
Yeah, waking up a bit late. And it's also due to some of the mistakes coming from Bravado, but at the same time, if you're going to throw, you need to be able to catch. So 15 average gang, I'll be smiling at these rounds coming their way. Beautiful headshot from Doru. Finds the first, there's a four more, almost gets the spray down. It's on. The clutch is there for Doru. The players are split.
Oh, that's such a nice angle from Dottie there on the off angle. As soon as he swings out, there we go, the kill comes through. Smiles aplenty. Bit of sweat on the brow of the IGL. That's spiking. I know that we're on South African soil, but let's give a bit of a warm welcome here to the Algerian team, guys. Show them some support and some love. Of course, Bravado will always be in your hearts as a South African team, but so good to have other African teams here on South African soil.
Yes, indeed,
Uniting
Matt.
the continent, Tools.
I believe one of the strongest continents on the globe.
And we want to prove what a welcoming nation we are as well, right?
Indeed.
We're celebrating Counter-Strike today, Tools.
As we cross-pollinate cultures, styles of the game.
Great kill there from Wipeout, just on the peek out. Rizo barely gets a look in and absolutely demolished. Still utility in play here for the T side as well. They've got great control. Options available. Probably going to use Wipeout as some sort of a fake here to try and draw more attention towards his side of the map. Still so much time for Bravado to play with as well. And that's exactly why they're just posting up and waiting, playing incredibly patiently right now. Does look like they've knuckled down a bit more here in this round compared to what we saw at the end of the previous half, Tools, playing with more patience.
And more virtue. Spiking picks up two.
Oh no, poor awareness.
Wipeout, is that the B side, the A side open? They have all the space in the world, and Dottie in the middle of nowhere gets taken out, Bull with a doubler in the round. And just like that, the pendulum swings.
Still doable here for the CT side on the retake. I think there might be a kit on the bomb side if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, working in tandem, edging their way forward. Good post-plant positions taken up here by Bravado. They still have utility in play as well because they didn't have to use it on the execute. Doru takes the attention in towards the bomb site. Volge capitalizes with the clean double. Is that a quad in the round?
That's a three-piece and a soda from Volge.
God damn. Bravado continue their dominance. That's a 12th round for them here on the board on their opponent's map pick.
As the light dwindles for 15 average gang, they need to acknowledge that still that light at the end of the tunnel. It takes one round to swing the game, one opportunity, one insane frag to motivate and push the rest of the boys to get stuck into this matchup. It is their map pick after all, man.
Yeah, exactly. That tool's going to Mirage next. Doesn't look great for 15 average gang. Remember what Bravado did to Nix on Mirage at Comic-Con. That was like a 16-5, I think they cleaned them up. Sure, it was the only map they won in the grand final, but they've looked really good on that map in recent times.
I mean, the only team to contest them on that map is Goliath Gaming, and they won that map, I think, in the last altercation.
Yeah, but they haven't won a series yet, have they, Tools?
Yeah, and series
3 or 4 2-1s, yeah. Time to convert, I think.
Time to convert, indeed.
Mate. As for 15 average gang, they have got a force buy here, been able to keep numbers alive, but they've taken quite a lot of damage. Players aren't looking super healthy, Tools. And that A-bomb site's about to be capitulated on.
Yeah, they have full control of bracket, full control of lane. That scout trying to
Okay.
double push. Lambda Core gets a double with that sewing machine gun, and Vuljon and Wipeout are trying to recover, trying to deal damage, and they do. They bust the side right open, 2 versus 2. A Deagle, a Mac 10 utility, and a weapon has been picked up. Are they going to go for this retake? No kit in hand, so time is of the essence. Wipeout, low HP. It's down to Vulj. He's been having a phenomenal performance this entire LAN so far in the first game and the second. A pop flash to work with the second. Beautiful. And that's Wipeout swing out and that flash. That was 2 flashes.
Yep.
That team play was phenomenal.
Tools, that was a 2 versus 5, just won by Wipeout and Volge, and both of them stay alive to tell the tale as well.
Facts.
That is a devastating round for the CT side to lose. Wipeout's up to 24 kills and Volge on 17. You mentioned they were the two to be doing the damage so far, and the numbers prove that. Keep in mind what we saw from Wipeout against Outlaws earlier, continuing into this game. He's in some fantastic form right now.
I must agree with you. And just looking at the usual style, he's at the back. He's at the back. And usually you'd see him opening up sites, being the entry fragger, the meat shield essentially.
When your meat shield's fragging like that, Tools, you're having a great day.
Yeah.
Now it's a full eco for the CT side. Their chances are dwindling here on Inferno. That next gun round. So much pressure, but so little reward if you win it, because it's just the first step in the fight back. So, yeah, they're going to be feeling the pressure right now. It took them 17 hours to travel to South Africa. They went via Turkey. They flew from Algeria to Turkey to South Africa. So they had a long transit to get here.
The scenic route.
They didn't take the scenic route to come and only win 4 rounds on one map, Tools. They're going to want to do so much more than that.
And already Daru gets a double moving into the side. I thought Daru could just put up a more solid resistance. With the Eagles, the multi-tag ability is slim. Volge delivering some fantastic headshots, and it's just spiking once again. Not much he can do.
Clean.
I mean, the way he's moving, the way he's shooting, the precision, he's executing Volge. He continues like this, it could be a tournament MVP.
Yeah, the thing about Volge is that he's actually had to step into a role now where he consistently takes more responsibility as the star player. You think back to 2019, he was playing on the opposite end of this hall. That's when we had Comic-Con here, and he was playing for WRG. 3 years later, you fast forward, he's one of the most respected players in the scenes, and not just recognized now as an up-and-coming player, now he's seen as one of the pillars in Bravado. And right now, towards top of Banana, great start to the round for the CT side.
Yes, good indications, good signs. Round by round, that's how you want to be playing this game. 3 versus 5. Utility is still in the pockets of Bravado. Options are aplenty. Exercising some discipline, clearing out everything, but no, slowly beats the flashbang and gets that double.
Not again.
He deflates the defense, and he takes further space, moving up until tree. Will they know? Will they smell out the rats in the corner? No, Slowly could have been actually knifed him if he really wanted to. That's a free idea for P. And Razio, I don't know, man. 2 versus 1, so far from the bomb side. You have no idea where the opposition could be, but that reload could have given it away, and that's Wipeout identifies the threat, and that's a beautiful smoke to slow them down further. It's going to go right through it, and okay.
Oh.
So he doesn't miss those shots.
They've now lost a 2v5 and they've lost a 3v5, and unfortunately you're not going to beat Bravado if you aren't able to convert those rounds, Tools.
Never. As you can see, Sonky in the crowd, returning from abroad, recently playing for Nexa, enjoying the spectacle.
We've got almost the full old Bravado squad, we're just missing Deviant.
Trust me, he's here in spirit. Also saw a few players from the 1.3 days, nicknamed Playboy. I saw him earlier. Spiking, teams up with the beautiful nade kill in Banana. 15-4, last chance saloon in this matchup.
I do like this response from Bravado. I think this is a really nice option on Inferno when you've lost the early advantage. You don't really have much map control to work with either. This is a bit of like a fail-safe, fall back on type of play. Where's the util? Has to be in towards mid here. Bomb carrier making his way to join with his teammates as well. And there we go, flashes over the top, not great initially, but then they do blind up the intentional players, the intended targets. Lambda Core still in position, only player that resides here towards shorts. Doru finds him on a timing, and again, it's another disadvantageous situation that Bravado converts into a win, and that's the map. Put a bow on it, job done.